Well, I promised it, and now that you looked at the thumbnail, I'm finally doing the whole Hungry Birds theory video. So in this theory video, I just watched the Breaking the Ice re-upload. The reason it was re-uploaded is because it was marked as for kids and it was demonetized. I don't know how something could get demonetized if it was just marked as for kids. He even had to put 13 plus in the title. Yeah, Gerard had to put 13 plus in the title, and that still didn't get it like off the whole YouTube Kids stuff. Which I find these systems to be really stupid. But I think I'll just criticize YouTube a different time instead. But I don't think that's such a good idea because I've been hearing that they age restrict people or demonetize people or even censor people if they even dare to criticize YouTube. So it's best to like just be nice to them. And besides, I feel like every person who's criticized YouTube wasn't even being all too harsh. Yet they still get demonetized anyway. Even Logan got demonetized. But even though Logan himself isn't all too better himself, because a certain someone with a pencil in his nose got his videos age restricted and got mad about it. Hey, it was better to get rid of him in the first place, bro. But let's just move on to the theory video. Okay, so here are all the ingredients that the Hungry Birds have seemed to drop. But note, not every ingredient on the Phoenix Elixir was dropped by a Hungry Bird. With Rise of the Werehog, I think that's the episode. A Werepig, whoops. Werehog just sounded better. But the reason that... Yeah, I would like to point something out. Even though, like, Squeaks has never been shown to drop an ingredient at all on screen, I speculated that he dropped the 250 gold pieces because, like, he was also there during the bank robbery. Yeah, he was also there, so I had to include him in the thumbnail just in case I'm wrong. So if the 250 gold pieces was dropped by somebody else, I'll have to correct myself in the pinned comment. And I'm going to have to tell the person, or well, not tell the person per se, but at least list off the person who actually corrected me. And for the other Hungry Birds who have yet to drop an ingredient are Rex, Nugget, William, the bootleg Purple Bird, Kowalski, Rico, Private, Skipper, the Penguins of Madagascar, Waddles, Desmond, and Baron Harmful. So in total, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's 7 Hungry Birds who actually dropped an ingredient. But only like 2 or 3 Hungry Birds dropped a duplicate. Yeah, they are allowed to drop duplicates as proven in foul language. And I'd like to deliver a bit of a fun fact about that episode. Desmond actually first appears in this episode. If you actually look closely towards the bird who is robbing the bank, that looks exactly like Desmond before he actually got his scars and his injuries and his eye gouged out. Kind of disturbing to look at, but hey, pretty cool design. Not gonna lie. Towards the person who actually created this torpedo penguin, not Gerard. But, like I said, we're gonna do process of elimination. Note that Cornelius and Rex were already fought in, what was it? The Good, the Bad, and the Angry. So Rex can somewhat stay for this one. Nugget, we don't know too much about him other than being Matilda's father. So he can also stay. The Penguins are obviously off the list. Even Desmond is off the list. Because chronologically, he was a Hungry Bird last. Probably the last one to become a Hungry Bird physically. It's just that Frightful's model just wasn't made yet. And she was probably a Hungry Bird before Desmond. So I can just mark those out. Okay, now that I marked them out and said they won't drop an ingredient, that leaves 1, 2, 3, 4 suspects left on who could be the last 2 ingredients. Okay. Now this one's going to be a tad bit difficult, as I decided to keep Rex and Nugget. Well, I also kept the bootleg Purple Bird and Baron Harmful as well. But I feel like Baron Harmful won't drop one since he didn't play that much of a role. He's just a supporting villain for the Empress, so I guess he's also off the list. He's also not really originally created by Gerard anyway. I think there are also some other characters who weren't created by Gerard that also dropped an ingredient, but I'm not sure. So Baron Harmful and William can also get off the list. Now that Rex and Nugget are the only two left, the reason I speculate these two are probably going to drop the last two ingredients for the Phoenix Elixir is because there are a couple of reasons. One, they were fought multiple times, yet never dropped an ingredient. And two, unlike William, Baron Harmful, and probably all the other ones on the list that I just marked out, well, except Waddles. Waddles is actually original. Rex and Nugget were actually originally made by Gerard. While, yeah, I didn't cross out their names because they actually dropped an ingredient. So they would have check marks by their side. And also, if you're wondering why I had to shorten the ingredient names, it's because they won't fit on this small page of a paper. Yeah, there's actually a little bit of a Earth journal that I have that I'm ripping out the pages for. Bro, I kind of ripped out the pages of my old journals during senior year, but like, I guess this is fine. But like I said, Squeaks dropping the 250 gold pieces is just a speculation. This doesn't really have to be correct. Nor does it have to sound correct either. So, between Rex and Nugget, who do I think will drop the last voice of the undead? I feel like Nugget might drop the last voice of the undead, and Rex might drop the last solar wind that they need. Yeah, it's split into 3. Also, if you're wondering why I did put the Broken Heart next to Santiago, it's because even though he dropped it, Icebird actually dropped it first. Because when Shakira rejected him, the heart probably exited his body, and they just need another ingredient, that's all. But I'll still put the Broken Heart next to Santiago since he did drop it when Silver sent him and Cornelius away from the battle. But like I said, that makes the Broken Heart probably the second ingredient that was duplicated. And the Beautiful Feather is actually the only one that's been duplicated 3 times. That means there are like 3 beautiful feathers instead of like just 1. It was a funny way to just troll the Angry Birds at the beginning of Foul Language like that. You know, had they been getting duplicates like the whole time? Throughout the beginning? Like, or at least before the beginning of the episode chronologically, like after Red's first flight part 2. So, if anything, let's just write these 2 down. All right, the ingredients are written down, but like I said, this is just a theory video. It doesn't have to be correct. I'm trying to put the pieces together and which of the ingredients would actually sound right. Also, if you're wondering why I did say that Waddles was original, yet he won't drop an ingredient, this is because Waddles is a supporting villain. Just like Baron Harmful. But I feel like he's probably the least important out of the Hungry Birds that were actually originally made up by Gerard, since he's just a twist villain. It was only a background character before he was actually revealed to be a villain. You know, I just like to say that twist villains get a bad reputation nowadays, but that's probably one of the only like present day or modern day twist villains that are actually okay. You know, but now I'm just realizing this right now. Given that Given that Waddles just ratted out Rusty in the good, the bad, and the angry, yet he was a hungry bird himself, that can make Waddles an absolute hypocrite, bro. If y'all really think about it. You know, as a matter of fact, I like how Waddles sounds, bro. You know, I probably should consider being a voice actor for Gerard. Well, I wouldn't say try, but I'm gonna do some impressions of the Hungry Birds if I can. Because I know, like, certain ones I can sound like. But like I said, I'm not going to put a check mark next to Rex and Nugget or William or Baron Harful since they have yet to actually drop one of the last two ingredients. Also, if you're curious, the ingredients are the Beautiful Feather, a Love Rock Gemstone. That wasn't dropped by the Hungry Bird at all. Shakira just gave that to Isaac. The Broken Heart, the 3 Voices of the Undead, the 3 Solar Winds, the Vengeance Incarnate. Hold on, over the 250 gold pieces. I think that's it. I think that's like a total of 10, 11. I don't know how many. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to count off camera, will I? Or at least when this video is uploaded, I'll have the complete count of the ingredients in total. That is if I had to minus the extra Solar Winds and Voices of the Undead. But if I count them, that would be over 10. At least. Or at most. I don't know. But like I said, this is just a theory video. So if I'm wrong, go ahead and correct me. And I'll correct the pinned comment as well. And who do you think will be the last ingredient for the Phoenix Elixir in Angry Birds Fantastic Adventure Season 5? Also, by the way, I should have episode 3, or I think it was, no, it's Season 5, Episode 4 of Amazing Adventures. I should have that done by the end of June. So, I guess I'll see you guys later. And make sure to sound off any theories or correct me on anything that just sounds wrong. See you later.